Hey, my peoples, I got another video that I did on TikTok that I'm going to put on here. Anybody who lives in Florida or traveled in Florida, this was posted about a month ago. Problem is that I'm still looking around for any kind of news coverage on this, and still didn't see anything. So take a look at this, and then I'll be back.
This message goes out to anybody who traveled along Florida, lives in Florida, mainly Caucasian, and the letter people.
This is new at 5:30. A warning from the CDC tonight following an outbreak of a rare but potentially deadly disease in Florida. It's affecting not only those who live there, but also visitors. Tonight, who's considered high risk and what doctors are urging you to do now. It is an outbreak in Florida. Cases of meningococcal disease skyrocketing. The illness can cause meningitis, an infection of the brain and spinal cord, or even the bloodstream. And it's spread through direct contact, like kissing or sharing a drink.
You ain't got to worry about me.
15% of patients that get infected will die from it.
Florida reporting 21 cases. That's more than the state's 5-year average for the disease.
Baby,
a
shit
large
ain't gonna
number
never
in
be
the
normal.
central part of the state. Orlando Health seeing 5 cases this year. Dr. Jared Fox is chair of the hospital's infectious disease department.
Typically, the symptoms will start anywhere between 3 to 6 days after exposure.
Those symptoms start out like the flu, fever, headache, and a stiff neck. Other symptoms include nausea, vomiting, light sensitivity, and confusion. Getting treatment early with antibiotics is key, as a person infected can deteriorate rapidly.
This is typically someone who may be complaining of a headache in the morning, and by afternoon, evening time, they're dead or comatose.
The best way to protect yourself is to get the meningococcal vaccine. These high-risk groups are now being urged to roll up their sleeves. College students, those with a weakened immune system, gay and bisexual men, including those living with HIV, and anyone who hasn't had a vaccine in the past 5 years.
Just stay away from me. Just stay away from me.
Meningococcal disease is basically an accelerated form of meningitis. Right now, it's circulating in Florida, but anybody who's come in contact with anybody in Florida can pass it on to places in other states, other cities, anybody who's visited Florida, whatever the case may be. It is not an airborne disease. It is a physical borne disease, which means you have to come in contact with it, and then it'll spread. Like, say I touch a countertop that has it, and then I wipe my eyes, or I dig in my nose, or I start eating, or I go in my ear. Anywhere where it starts to travel through the bloodstream, that's how you can get it. It's the same thing as COVID. It gives the same symptoms as COVID, okay? Flu-like symptoms. This disease can kill you in 12 hours. If you listen to the doctor says you can wake up with a headache and be dead by evening. That'll tell you all you need to know. Next thing, back to the vaccine. Now they're telling everybody to take meningitis vaccine. I want y'all to understand this. This government, this is population control. Caucasians, and I'm not speaking to all of you, government is trying to repopulate the Caucasian population. So much so that we already know that Roe versus Wade was overturned. And we already know that with COVID, it was found that more people in the poor and the black communities were dying from it. This is population control. If you don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you, but you need to pay attention. Anybody who's been to Florida, you need to make sure that you're wearing a mask and that you are washing your hands every chance you get. And it's funny how this disease outside of COVID attacks the gay people. They specifically say that in this, it attacks the gay people. So it's funny that outside of COVID, this disease goes strictly for you. I'm telling y'all, this government ain't good. Rights of revolution, if you don't know what it means, look it up on Google. It is a way to remove the current government because the current government aren't working for you. Rights of revolution. Read it, find it, work on it, and let's get these people out of here.
Ain't that shit crazy? You would think that something like that, they would be posting that on the news, but the only news that is showing it is local news. Something like this, just like COVID and everything else, you would think that everybody would be showing this, so it would nip this in the bud, and they're not. They're not showing this, and here it is, another disease that's killing people, almost had a chance to get out there and do the same thing that COVID did. What the fuck is wrong with this government?